Welcome to How to Rock Spirit's Sun Moon Alchemy series. This audio was compiled and recorded by Dustin Cormier, a Leo Ascendant Scorpio with Sagittarius Moon, born in the year of the Metal Ram. All the possible Western Sun and Moon sign combinations can be found and learned about here. This information is for educational purposes only. I do not own any of the following content. For more astrology lectures and my own Cosmic Consciousness audio lecture series, check out How to Rock Spirit's YouTube channel, where I rap about everything from philosophy and transpersonal psychology, to psychedelic spirituality, to tantric and occult mysticism, and even to Marx and Engels and the materialist sciences. See you there! Sun in an Earth sign. Basically motivated by material needs and practicality. Recharges energy through working with the physical world, being productive, and feeding the senses. The Sun in the Signs, Interpretive Guidelines. Sun in Capricorn. Creative energy colored by self-control, caution, traditionalism. Essentially values hard work, authority, and achievement. Needs to work single-mindedly and with discipline toward well-defined goals in order to fully express self. Level of vitality is affected and sense of individuality is developed by one's ability to assume responsibility. Flow of creative expression can be frozen by pessimism, a cynical attitude, or too much concern with respectability and appearances. The Moon sign and its element. These notes are also still from Stephen Arroyo's Chart Interpretation Handbook. The element of the Moon sign represents an attunement from the past that manifests automatically, a mode of feeling and being that one needs to be aware of in order to feel inwardly secure and at home with oneself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. This element and experiences related to it feed your need to feel right about yourself. By such modes of self-expression, you are satisfying a deep inner need that can give stability to your entire personality. The Moon's element also shows how you react instinctively to all experiences, with what energy you spontaneously adjust yourself to the flow of life. Moon in Water Signs. Reacts to changing experiences with sensitivity and emotion. Feels comfortable with self when feelings are deeply involved. Sign position of the Moon. How one reacts based on subconscious predisposition. Moon in Cancer. Reacts with sensitivity, sometimes oversensitivity, and with protectiveness towards self and others. Feels secure when nurturing and being nurtured by others. Natural sense of timing and ability to tune in to intuitions and emotional subtleties. Extremely sensitive to moods and reactions of others, often at the mercy of one's own moods. Can be overprotective of emotions. Strong memory of past emotions is retained forever, still coloring attitudes toward present situations. The following information comes from Isabel Hickey's Astrology, a Cosmic Science, copyright 1992 by Isabel M. Hickey Trust. Moon in Cancer. Note that this is the ruling position of the Moon, as Cancer rules the Moon. Too sensitive. Must not react to the feelings of those around them. Subject to moods. Easygoing and sociable. The need to mother others very strong. Everything experienced held in feeling memory. Introverted on subjective levels. Conservative. Operates in a deliberate social way. Can be carried away by tides of emotions. Far too sensitive in response to environment. Can be psychic. In a male chart, would attract a feminine more mother than mate. Sun-Moon Alchemy, the elemental combinations of the Sun sign and the Moon sign. The following information comes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign Moon Sign. Copyright Charles and Susie Harvey, 1994, again in 2003. First published by Aquarian, 1994. Each Sun-Moon type is a combination of elements. In the following descriptions of the element combinations, please remember that the pairing can be either way around. For example, a Fire-Earth combination refers equally to Sun-Fire, Moon-Earth, as it does to Sun-Earth, Moon-Fire. There will be subtle differences, but the dynamic is generally the same. Earth-Water combinations. Flanders and Swan sing "Mud, mud, glorious mud," and you do not have to be a hippopotamus to appreciate the qualities of mud. Think of the rich fertility of well-irrigated fields, the potter's clay on the wheel ready to be formed, the clay of bricks and tiles, or the malleable concrete which forms the basis of so much construction. This is one of the most practical, supportive, and nourishing of combinations. It combines the capacity to feel sympathy for others with a devotional determination and enterprising ability to do what needs to be done to meet others' needs. American churchman Reinhold Niebuhr, Sun in Cancer, Moon in Taurus, gives eloquent expression to this type's orientation. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, courage to change the things I can, and wisdom to know the difference. When the sun is in earth and the moon in water, the individual can readily develop a practical understanding of day-to-day life and seems to have the innate wisdom to know what is important and what is not in a situation. For this type, both practical and emotional needs make sense and should intertwine in a balanced, normal life. Consider this view of the 18th century wit Samuel Johnson, who had Sun in Virgo and Moon in Pisces. A man is in general better pleased when he has a good dinner upon his table than when his wife talks Greek. A bit dated, yes, chauvinistic indeed, but nevertheless, Johnson expresses that practical wisdom and measured sensuality of the earth-water combination. Shadow side. The earth-water individual wants both material and emotional security, and therefore usually views change and challenge as threatening. As a result, there is with this type a propensity to get stuck in the mud, and a danger of getting swamped by duty and slowed down by the inertia of possessiveness and limited viewpoint. Life is highly personal for this individual. What they can see, taste, hear, smell, and feel, and how it might affect their world, is all important to them. The larger, detached viewpoint is usually lost on them. They may need to learn how to move just a little out of their well-defined groove so that life does not become too stagnant. And like quicksand, their minds can suck them down. Relationships. The earth-water person normally finds immense satisfaction in a relationship that brings out the innate dependable, resourceful, gentle, devotional qualities of this combination. This individual feels affirmed and valued when they know they are needed and valued for their useful accomplishments. People with this combination are particularly good at serving and caring for others, and once they find their romantic niche, they get on with nurturing and nest building. Hence, they make excellent partners and tend to prefer sitting around the fire drinking hot cocoa to lots of razzle-dazzle on the town. This type helps to ground and contain the more unstable, exciting fire-air type, and there's likely to be a mutual attraction due to the striking differences. Male versus female. This is a primarily receptive, feminine combination and has all the hallmarks of the female stereotype: caring, domestic, loyal, quiet, and persevering. Both male and female of this type will tend to be introverts and can work well on their own in an artistic medium, but they could also develop a shrewd business sense and do well in the marketplace. They can employ their pragmatism and sensitivity in quiet but purposeful ways, sussing out the climate of the times and the integrity of would-be business partners. The following observations about your Sun-Moon combination are drawn from insights gained from astrologer Jefferson Anderson's book, Sun Sign, Moon Sign, an observation of many different individuals. The writing itself comes from Mantak Chia and William U. Wei's Cosmic Astrology. Copyright 2012 by North Star Trust, published by Destiny Books. Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Cancer. Bruiser. A famous Capricorn Cancer was Janis Joplin, who had a tough, working-class image that was actually just a disguise for her authentic depth and sensitivity. In this combination, the Sun and Moon are in opposite signs, so most likely your early environment was quite poor or even heartless. This nurtured you in a strong sense of self-sufficiency and autonomy, as well as a cynical outlook. You attempt to maintain a hard, rough, calm, and removed image on the surface, But notwithstanding that casual air, you are actually a very tender and emotionally susceptible person. Your main problem is insecurity. In order to deal with those entrenched feelings of insufficiency and uncertainty, you can either give in to despair and pessimism or build a hard shell to protect yourself from pain and torment. Consequently, many of your anxieties are rooted in your youth. Your challenge is to start to identify your understanding as a strong point rather than a flaw and permit your true self to come forth. You are a competent person and you should appreciate yourself and your gifts. Two significant things for a Capricorn Cancer to learn are self-acceptance and self-love. Your combination empowers you with understanding leadership possibilities and a lot of charm, but you rarely take advantage of these assets. You are not part of the crowd in any way and have no desire to lead others or to be led by someone. You are an independent type, essentially, and prefer the comfort of doing things alone. Unfortunately, voluntary exile can expand into deep isolation and loneliness when added to that glum outlook of yours. It is necessary for you to be fairly active socially, regardless of whether you are your own boss. It is necessary for you to be fairly active socially, regardless of whether you are your own boss. Emotional issues may prevent a flourishing and equal romantic relationship, but you have an overwhelming need to be loved. You are in many ways clever, affectionate, and compassionate. Your skill to see underneath external impressions and your flexibility to change enables you to formulate new ways of understanding. Once you conquer self-doubt, there is little you cannot achieve, and the only enemy on the path to success will be you. Isaac Newton, the innovative physicist and mystic, was a Capricorn Cancer. Your memory is remarkable, as is your sharp wit. You are direct and outspoken in pointing out details, including ones that escape even the keenest observer. Notes from Charles and Susie Harvey's Sun Sign, Moon Sign. Sun in Capricorn, Moon in Cancer. Your greatest strengths. Strong powers of observation and love of nature. Practical concern for the good of others. Ability to capture and express the moods and emotions of others. Your greatest weaknesses. The conflict between your tough and tender attitudes to life. Wide swings of mood and oversensitivity to other people's views. Tendency to take criticism personally. Self-absorbed preoccupation with your own feelings. Images for integration. A priest blesses his family before setting off on a pilgrimage. A water clock. Carol reads films of The Third Man and Oliver. A politician kisses a baby without pretense.